He is the Tinfoil Chef, a man with a video love.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I'll tell you what. We've got another cold night tonight. It's going down a little bit below freezing, I believe. And there's ice pellets in tomorrow morning's forecast, or the overnight. I'm not sure which. Could be either way. Anyway, it occurred to me. I've been talking a lot recently about poker, Texas Hold'em, and stuff and things like that. And it occurred that I could talk about what got me into poker in the first place, because aside from when I was a teenager, like 3 or 4 games of poker that just wasn't all that interested, because the only kind of poker I knew about back then was 5-card draw with wild cards, and it just didn't work. Not for me. Lost interest in it, got away from it, never played poker between then and about 2006 when I first got interested in it. And how that happened, my wife had to be out of town one time. And while she was out, had to stay in a motel, and there wasn't anything on TV that night. So she's surfing around the TV channels and runs across a World Poker Tour broadcast where they're actually doing coverage of poker games. They've got hole card cameras to show the hole cards of the players for the TV audience, and so on, and commentators covering play-by-play, you know, the whole thing. And she was fascinated by it. She comes back, she tells me about it, and I'm like, poker? Are you kidding me? People actually watch that on television? You know, that's what I thought of it. Well, the next week when it was on again, I sat down to watch it just to give it a fair try. And it didn't take long before I got totally hooked on it. These guys were not playing with wild cards, because in Texas Hold'em there is no wild cards. And they showed it, especially with the commentary about who's doing what and what's possible and so on and so forth, and what's going on. And it didn't take long to start getting an idea that this is a game more of strategy than random chance gambling. You know, it's not like you spin a roulette wheel and hope that little ball drops on the right number. No. This is strategy, because I've seen, I don't know how many times, countless times, that I've seen people have to fold what would have been a winning hand because the other player or players managed to psych them out into believing that their hand wouldn't win. How about that? So, since 2006, the first it was World Poker Tour, and then on ESPN, which at that time, back in those days, we had it, ran into the World Series of Poker, which is not only just this big event in July in Las Vegas? What am I saying? I don't know. Anyway, there's a whole circuit of tournaments all around the world. And again, you've got play-by-play coverage, you've got commentators that know the game and know the players, and this kind of thing is just awesome. And then when the World Series of Poker main event came along, that was amazing. Because, seriously, anybody that can get into that theoretically has the same chance to get to the final table and win that sucker. And that is awesome. So that's what I'm trying to do. I was in an online tournament earlier today. 95 people started that tournament, and I finished in third place. Not too shabby. Too bad I can't play real money poker online in Arkansas. Archaic laws. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.
Here's the Tinfoil Chef.